All right, what is up, everyone? Sean here, and today on the Hawke Talks, the story of Dragon Ball FighterZ tournaments being canceled continues, the saga anyway. And I've made a video previously about myself, along with other people, heavily accusing Toei Animation, or just Toei in general, I think, that they are the ones who are canceling these tournaments and stuff like that by having the whole licensing fee issue and blah blah blah. I think you guys can get the picture. But today on Twitter, before I was going to leave for work, I was looking through the One Piece tweet that they put out on Twitter. It's like they were saying something along the lines of the anniversary coming, and for One Piece, which I do love, of course. But I was looking through the comments, and of course, a lot of people are still accusing of Toei of being the ones who are canceling it. But Toei Animation themselves put out a reply to someone saying, apologies, but we have no knowledge about preventing Dragon Ball FighterZ tournaments. Oh, so it seems like now it seems more credible that more fingers are being pointed towards Shueisha, who's like the next biggest thing. And I honestly totally forgot about that company until someone in the comments of my previous video pointed out about Shueisha, and I'm just like, it just it couldn't be Shueisha, because Toei are the ones who have the anime. They broadcasted the anime with all the sound effects and the voices and stuff like that. And of course, yes, the voicing and the sound and stuff like that aren't directly from Toei themselves, but they have the rights to them, obviously, right? And the company who actually did it is Aoni Productions, but who closely work with Toei anyway. So to me, it all made more sense when I put out the video at the time. So but still, it seems to be misinformation for right now, and I should have made things more clear that yes, they were the prime suspects, but I think I made it look like that it was just Toei, after all, right? But it seems to be more and more so that Shueisha are the ones to blame. But I will make this clear that this is not still 100%. There hasn't been any clear official statements by any means, so we still really don't know what's going on, essentially. But it could be still Toei, but you never know. Like, there could be some weird communication going on inside that company, because Toei Animations supervised the game, so they had to have some sort of esports thing in mind when they were supervising the game. So it would make less sense now for me that they're the ones who are pulling it back for tournaments. So I don't know, just this tweet, it to me now makes more sense that they aren't the ones that are doing it. Just we have no knowledge about preventing Dragon Ball FighterZ. But you never know. We never know. I mean, it could be a lie. It could be just something like a cover up or something. But yes, for right now, more fingers are pointing towards Shueisha. And for those who don't know about Shueisha, Shueisha is the one who puts out the manga series for a lot of these franchises, such as Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, Shaman King, you name it. They have a lot of series under their belts, and a lot of these animes come from these mangas, so they have to have the permission and rights, I guess, from Shueisha to make these animes happen in the first place. So to me, it all makes more sense now. So I do want to make this clear. I wanted to apologize for spreading that misinformation along with other people as well. I feel bad now for straightly accusing Toei. So my stance on this whole thing now is just neutral. We don't know who's doing it, but more evidence seems to be pointing towards Shueisha, because they're the ones who put out the source material in the first place. They publish it. If you look at the Dragon Ball franchise on Wikipedia, the owners are Bird Studio, aka Akira Toriyama, and also Shueisha. Again, they're the ones who put out the mangas in the first place via Shonen Jump or a Weekly Jump, Monthly Jump, V Jump, and all that stuff. So they seem to be the next sort of big name that kind of makes sense as to who's really pulling the strings here. But again, I do want to make this clear that, these are just suspects for now. But again, Shueisha seems to be the biggest suspect of them all. We still don't know who's the real culprit or the real, string puller here. So for now, I will just keep my mind clear and open for this situation. And but the fact still stands that it still sucks that the players have to go through this. Again, they put their time and effort to be really good at these games, just to see their game being canceled at these tournaments, especially with EVO Japan, which is, really, really bad on whoever's part. So hopefully, we really get a clear official statement soon as to what's really going on, who's doing this, why, and hopefully, Namco, Bandai Namco, ArcSys or Toei or Shueisha themselves just come out with something to really clear up the air for the situation, and hopefully things work out after that, or at least hopefully this whole controversy resolves somehow, right? At least give us some answers, man. So again, I jumped the gun on this one, and I do apologize for that. So again, it's not 100% as to who's doing it, but again, more fingers are now pointing towards Shueisha. So now the Shueisha tweets are gonna probably be filled with like all these hate comments and stuff like that, like, hey, bring us fighters back and stuff like that, to tournaments. So but the other fact still stands that if whoever's pulling the strings really keeps this up, it really still is looking grim for future fighting games like One Piece and Naruto or whatever anime that comes from Toei and Shueisha, because these tournaments help me make these games more popular or just more interesting and just really cool because of the rivalries, the player stories, or the storylines from these tournaments, where these players come from and what their situation is and how they feel about the game, how passionate they are. It really makes things all the more interesting, and their combos and their gameplay and stuff like that, their game plan is just really cool to see, come to life on, in the tournaments. So things like this, I hope, these future games still get that same amount of attention like FighterZ did, without the trouble in the future. So, but for right now, it's looking a little less hopeful and a little less bright for games like One Piece. I really want to see a One Piece fighting game by ArcSys or whoever that make it really legit, make it traditional, whatever, whether it's 3v3, 1v1, whatever. But the fact still stands that if companies like this really keeps this up, these games aren't really gonna last that long as much as FighterZ did, in the first place. So again, I hope this whole thing works out for everyone, or at least this whole situation gets resolved. We get answers and stuff like that. Hopefully we see some statements as to what's going on. And again, I do want to apologize and thank you for the person who brought up Shueisha in the first place in the comments of the previous video, because again, I honestly forgot about that company in the first place, but they are a pretty important company for Dragon Ball, One Piece, Naruto, whatever. So that's where all the anime comes from in the first place. So to me, it makes sense as to why now it's Shueisha that's the prime suspect and not Toei. Let's just keep this neutral. We'll see who's doing what, and hopefully, again, we get answers soon. So that's it from me. If anyone has any comments or any thoughts about this whole situation now, how do you guys feel about it? Do you think it's Toei? Do you think it's Shueisha? Or do you think it's someone else? It's very confusing, very weird now that I really think about it, because Shueisha and Toei supervised the game if you look in the end credits of the game. So it's just really strange to me. So I really can't say who's doing what. Again, we'll have to wait. But anyways, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscription button if you guys want to see more videos like this. And I really want to make a part 3 of this little saga, just so we can wrap things up hopefully soon. So but anyways, yeah, check out all the stuff in the description below, including my Twitter and all that fun stuff. Really helps out, and really appreciate it, guys. So hopefully, again, this all wraps up. We get answers and all that. So this has been the Hawke Talks on the tournament cancellations of Dragon Ball FighterZ. We really don't know who's doing what. It could be Toei, it could be Shueisha, who knows. So yeah, definitely will be. I'll try to be careful next time. But yeah, again, until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Sean out.